Right. Hello, everyone. Here is the Hard Hats and Clear Minds second part with Eirik. And in this part, we will continue the discussion about site managers and connecting teams before a project starts and why is it important. But before we continue, Eirik, those who's just joining this episode, can you please introduce yourself?
Of course. My name is Eirik Skarholt. I've been working in this space with people for 25 years. And when I say space of people, it's been very varied. So I started off as a chiropractor 25 years ago, working with thousands of clients for about 5, 6, 7 years maybe. And then I switched over to coaching because I saw that people's physical pain was related to stress, physical pain was related to emotional pain or pain at work, some kind of psychological pain. And when I started working with them at these levels, their physical pain disappeared. So I transitioned into that kind of work. Then I went into sales, I went into leadership, and now I'm working with a lot of different people in very many different sectors. On coaching on leadership, coaching on sales, coaching on well-being, how to look after your employees. And that's me in a nutshell. 48 years old, 2 kids.
Lucky you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming, Eirik, because this experience exactly fits all these topics that we talk about. And basically, you said the well-being, it just caught my ears. It's the well-being that something we don't learn in school, except of having the sport activity, and then basically that's it. And the biology, the basic biology we talk about, yeah. But how to take care about ourselves and the psychological aspect is rarely touched. I was a very lucky student because I had a very good biology teacher. He was a strong 99-kilo guy with 6 kids. He was bicycling every day to the school. He was drinking lemonade all day. He was very energetic, fit, looking good. And everybody was just looking up to this guy like, wow. In comparison to the other teachers who just smoking and drinking coffee all the time, he was a very big change. And everybody want to be with this person, just be in this class, please talk about everything you know.
Yeah. And it's very simple, because if you have very clean thoughts, if you're thinking very positive and you're having a very good quality in your mindset, your nervous system relaxes. And if your nervous system relaxes, you are more in contact with the machinery. You're more in contact with your emotions, which means you can relate to other people and you can build strong relationships with other people. If your nervous system is relaxed, you are more in contact with your instincts. So you can basically know what you're attracted to, what you're not attracted to. If your nervous system is relaxed, your muscles are relaxed as well. And you know how much to push when you train. You know when to restitute. You know when to push harder. So it needs to start from the head.
And we just finished with the leadership topic in the previous episode, but this one also fits to the next level, which is the site managers on projects, because they have the high stress that we discussed previously. They have the work from the morning till night, and then day by day this. And then what happens when they don't have all this knowledge we just discussed about well-being? They just burn out.
Yep. They crash. Yep.
So first of all, check the previous episode if you're a site manager or supervisor, because we already discussed this topic, what we can do. But now, until the companies will change their some part of their business culture and focus more about this topic, well-being of the supervisors and managers, what they can do to make positive changes in their workplace before they get all the support they need. What is recommended for these people to create a safe and more connected work environment when they didn't do the job yet?
I think it's very simple. We need to teach our first line manager or look for first line managers that are connected with their emotions. They need to, because if you're going to run a team, you need to know how your team is doing. You need to know if Joe is stressed. You need to know if I'm trying to make up English names here. I can't find in Norway you have Ola, Kari, Gunnar. We can call them that. Anyways, so person X, you need to know if that one is insecure. You need to know if that one is really tired. And if you're not emotionally connected, you won't see these things because you'll just see them as a work tool. That's the hammer, that's the sledge, that's the wire cutter, and then you'll use the humans as resources. So they really need to be connected with themselves from an empathic level in order to understand what are the energy levels of each team members. Where can they contribute? And also, you need to be turned on empathetically to know their potential. Maybe they have other talents they're not showing you. Maybe they can influence the other people, because within a team, it's not necessarily the team leader who is he's the leader. It might be one of the strong personalities in the team. And if you, as a team leader, see that there's another strong personality in the team, it's in your best interest to build up that guy so he can build up the rest. Then you have a team of leaders. You're not just a team leader, you are leading a team of leaders. And I think that's where we should go, because then everybody will feel seen, heard, empowered, and they will stay healthy, they will have less failures in the job, more performance, culture would be great, and that will spread like a virus, attracting more people into those environments.
And basically the site managers, once they start to do this, and the job within, they can make sure that everybody will go home as a better person, because if we connect them emotionally, if we talk about how are they, if we influence them with taking care of your physical health and all this, they will go home as a better person. Maybe their family will also get this good energy they can bring in. And then we just started with one person, but at the end it's just like a lavina, because it can just spread the good thing.
Yes.
And I was also listening to a podcast where a worker from the oil platform...
I just want to say something to that as well.
Yeah.
But when he comes home to his family and he gets energy there, he will come back to work performing even better.
Yes.
Which is like, why is not everybody doing this?
Exactly. This guy I wanted to mention from the oil platform, he was crying in this podcast. He got very emotional because his kid, he just talked so openly and communicated in a beautiful way that he was never ever able to do. But once he got the job done at the oil platform with a coach, he went home and he practiced these things he learned there. Then the kids started to follow, and he was so happy that he made this positive change that it's just incredibly beautiful.
Yep.
So we lose all this positive impact as a company, as a business leader, if we don't invest into these small efforts. Basically what you said, if they start with a weekly, once a group discussion, it's already a good start.
Yes.
And then you influence a lot of people positively. It's just beautiful. Yeah. That's why I like this job as well as a health and safety manager, as I'm working, that I have the chance to influence people and the companies. And the next step, basically, what I see as a great possibility for companies to get the project done safe, in a good quality, and have the positive impact on people is connecting them before the new project starts. It's always a big financial question, like you have to fly all these people to the project location, it's 50%, and we need accommodation, we need food. Managers' mindset, how much it costs, what will be the result, what we can say, how long the minimum a team building should be to make the teams connected. Doesn't matter where are they from, but just make the minimum. And of course you can say what would be the best, because I'm curious also.
Well, the first idea that comes to mind is that because you guys are working offshore, you know, and just from when you're taking off in the helicopter, you put on earphones that have mindfulness meditations relating to connection. So you can already start the briefing of getting the team to know each other on an audio file, which has a meditation to keep you calm and the information so that you can connect with the team members. Easy. That app, it costs a company, I don't know, $10,000 to build. It's very, very cheap. Very, very cheap and very, very easy to do.
And is there a facilitator for a team building who would also require as a still the cheap option?
Yeah, well, that is once you put humans into the mix, it gets more expensive, right? But the quality also gets much, much more. So the next step would be to get a facilitator in and facilitate team building, of course. And then especially for the first line managers, so that the team builder is only addressing the first line managers, the coach coaching the coaches.
And then you would let the team leaders, site managers, to take care of the rest of the team?
Of course. Yes.
So it means then all the leaders should just get involved into a coaching weekend, or how long does it take to get them prepared, connect them?
You should always think in a relation of 1 year. Because it takes 10 to 15 weeks to change a habit. But when it comes to organizations and there's more stakeholders involved, there's more processes, it's more complicated because there's a lot of things that is going to be affected by the change. You need to do it over a year so it's fully integrated. Because you can't just teach it and then, 10 weeks, 15 weeks, the habits are changed in the leader. No, you need to measure and re-educate and reassess and reevaluate during the whole way to tweak it into becoming a bulletproof system. And that takes about a year to 2 years.
And companies like to use the word being proactive.
Yeah.
In health and safety, we use this as a term. Proactive reporting, proactive actions, avoiding something to happen.
Yep.
So this is something that so many companies just don't do. Being proactive on teaching, coaching the leaders who will lead like maybe hundreds of people there. Yeah. They have to scan them, they have to understand everything. And he also, as a site manager, need good team leaders who will also influence the next part of the workforce.
Yep.
And if we don't have this in place, what happens? There is a problem with the workforce. The team lead cannot deal with the thing.
Yes.
He just gets frustrated, angry, and then they comes to the site manager, and the site manager, who already in high stress environment, working a lot all day, gets a lot of feedback about lots of people, and then that person have to deal with everything, and if you don't have the right coaching yet and the experience to deal with this, he will just use people like a shock field, like a chess field, and move them like, okay, then you don't like this one, let's put this one here and that and there. Let's see. Yes. So they just try to fix when the tank is leaking, and then you put one patch here and then the leaking there and there.
And then you don't have enough hands to hold the leakage away. And the thing is, like, this sector has huge potential because it's primarily masculine dominated, and it's also the old school masculine. You know, work hard, drink as much coffee as you can. Don't think about diet. Diet is bullshit. Just maybe lift some weights, stay a little bit in shape, and just go hard. So this sector has so much potential, and I think that's also why it has not. I don't also think that's why the sector has not taken this change yet, because I think they're too afraid of that. This topic we're talking about is more soft. It's more feminine. I think the sector is afraid to put these principles in a very masculine, old school dominated environment. But that's the illusion. That's the illusion. Because if you get the right people to come in and teach these soft principles, they're not soft anymore. They're common sense. If you have a strong, old school warrior talking about this, and I have friends, they're warriors, they're soldiers in war, they're speaking about these soft principles now. And they've been in the most old school environment. It's called war. You're out there killing people, and they're talking about soft principles. In order to become the perfect soldier, you need to embrace soft principles. So I think the industry is having a retention of doing the change because they're afraid of the feminine principle will basically, in the lack of a better word, fuck up the masculine dominating environment that they currently have. But it's actually going to make it much, much better. It's very easy.
So good luck for the companies who start to do it.
Yes, good luck. May the force be with you.
What is important in this, you have to choose the right people. That's why I created this podcast, because we are talking about these topics. So you just make the picture in your mind, who fits to my company the best. Maybe all, because as many experts you can bring in to set up a large-scale project, as many ideas you will get. And once we get together, there's a lot of bits and parts we can manage. And especially you have a large-scale project with 500 people. For one person will be not probably enough. You need several of them. And ideally, where I would like to see us in the next years, when the subcontractors will invest into this. Because the big companies will say, we need this and this and this kind of skills for the teams, and we expect you to provide the evidence that your teams already have these coaching mechanisms, these self-development ideas. And then the big companies who get the temporary workforce, they just get already a very well prepped team, open, communicating, reporting, do whatever you need, and they take care of themselves. So that's how we manifest. I will think about this. That's why I'm doing this workshop also on the platforms with teams. I spend 2.5, 3 hours sometimes to listen to everyone's complaint, everyone's story, and just connect through these. So if you don't want to have a burned out team leader or site manager, help them with experts in the business and make the change together.
And use this guy.
And this. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And hope to see you soon. And Eirik in the podcast. He will be in the Power Awakening podcast. Those who know that podcast, just check the other playlist in this channel. We will talk about humans again, because every topic is related to the workforce, related to each individuals. So I recommend that too. See you soon.